Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Krakenfall, and today I'm going to be reacting to Let's Game It Out's second Hydroneer video. I shoplifted my way to another $1 million in Hydroneer. No one mentioned it, but last Hydroneer reaction, the thumbnail, I had this video's thumbnail. In my thumbnail, I used this video's thumbnail, which is a huge facepalm moment. Hopefully the more I do this, the less mistakes I'll make, but whatever. Speaking of the last Hydroneer video, I got a lot of nice comments about the channel and the reactions and my videos. So if you're here after watching that video, thank you. Thanks for watching. I said in my comments review video that I'll continue doing reaction videos as long as 3 things are true. 1, I'm having fun. 2, you're having fun. And 3, I can make the kinds of videos that I want to make. So far, all 3 things are true. So that's awesome. I put out a satisfactory Let's Play video this week, and it's doing better than any other Let's Play that I've ever done. So, yay! If you'd like to see more from this channel and help it be more than a flash in the pan, subscribing is the best way to do that. All right, enough talk, more shoplifting. Disclaimer, shoplifting in real life is actually stealing and a really bad idea because it's illegal and will get you in trouble. Krakenfall DM does not condone stealing, shoplifting, or any other real life crime in any way. Seriously, don't do it. So we've got gold bars this time. We've got more shop shenanigans with all those pipes over there. So last time the bug was being able to grab shop items and spawn them in the shop and pull them out of the shop or push them out of the shop and get them over to the recycler. And since this video is still shoplifting, it's probably not a duplication bug, or it could be as long as it's stolen from the shop. I don't know. Let's find out.
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. We're playing Hydroneer today. My favorite game where you're supposed to go panhandling for gold and minerals to make a whole bunch of money. And in my case, trying to get rich doing all the things the game doesn't want me to do. Let me catch you up on what I've done before. First, we visited the shop and trashed it. Then we went over to the river and did some fishing and trashed it. And then we went to the big city where you can buy all kinds of other fun things. And that's when we found a way to steal stuff. And that's how you end your playthrough with a money bin like you're Scrooge McDuck.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
last time.
Hey,
we're starting fresh all over
said.
again. There's been a lot of patches since the last time I played, so we're gonna see if there's a new fun way to make our millions. Over here, we can buy tools and equipment. We're gonna obviously need more money, because if we take these things, put it on the buying platform, like let's say we wanted to buy all this stuff. Starts to add up fast, doesn't it? 1203. I don't have that kind of money in my magic bucket, and I definitely don't want to mine for it in a game that's about mining. This didn't work last time, but maybe I can just walk off without paying. Nope, it just disappears out of your hands. The game does have like a nice way to help you place things though. Let's see, what if I like bring it outside of the area and then just drop it? Okay, it's technically out of bounds now. Does that mean you're free now? I'm gonna go with no because I can't actually interact with it in any way now. Can I make a huge mess? Always. So I guess just like before, I'm gonna settle for that. This is my medieval version of a Yelp review. 1 out of 5 stars, wasn't allowed to steal, so I trashed the place instead. As an aside, I think I found my favorite new
Yelp reviewers, man.
ASMR sound. Are you ready? Okay, well, I feel better now. I didn't get something for free, but I did make something worse than I found it, and that's really half the battle if you think about it. So believe it or not, I actually have a plan to make money. But before I show you that, we need a backup plan in case it's too much work. Last time we made some money simply by
Too much work? Josh, are you okay?
fishing in the river and selling the fish later. So let's struggle through this mess and find a fishing rod. Come with me. Okay, let's take this thing out and do some fishing. There we go, that's more like it. In fact, I think we got all of them. All the fish, they're right here in these weird fish columns. Okay, now that we've got the trust fund secured, the fish trust fund, the front, let me show you how I'm gonna make actual money.
I want to know how Josh survives these things. I know Josh does these things on stream sometimes, but like for me, when I do boring tasks in a game, I throw on, Game Grumps or podcasts or Let's Plays or something. I gotta have something on in the background to keep my brain active, because otherwise it shrivels up into a raisin, and I don't like raisin brain. Josh, are you okay?
Now you may notice everything is cleaned up. That's because when you restart the game, everything you didn't pay for disappears. That is, except one item, this water pipe valve. I don't know why, but if you put one down, return to the main menu, load your game back up, the pipe is still here. And more than that, now the game thinks I own it, which I guess technically means I do, and I can pick it up.
So, I'm familiar with this type of exploit. You can do this in Raft in order to respawn enemies that you've just killed. As long as you don't save and you exit the menu, you can go back in and kill them again, if you need to for, say, an achievement or something. I'm eventually going to put a short out about that for Raft, but, I gotta have time.
Put it down, and do anything I want with it. And I really did try this on everything else in the shop, but after a restart, it really is the only thing that's still here. Let's put the truck in position like we were gonna do a good old-fashioned robbery. Ideally, it'd be great to get this pipe into the back of that truck, and do it without having to spawn it here, and then restart the game to make it whole. Even though I could pick this thing up, walk it to the boundary line, and then use the placement tool to drop it somewhere out here, I still can't pick it up or do anything with it until I restart the game. What I would like to do is take one of these things and immediately put it on the back of the truck. But if I do that without paying for it or restarting, the moment it hits the truck bed, it disappears. And the reason we want it on the truck bed...
Maybe the truck bed is like counted as the player's inventory or touching the player in some way. Interesting.
Which I'll explain with one of these ones that's already been made whole. I think I've come across an item that's going to make life easier on us, which is this pallet here. Drop items on top to lock to pallet. Used for moving or purchasing multiple items easily. Now the problem is it's 450 coins. Luckily, I think we know a bank that's willing to give us a loan. A river bank, that is. So let's see, how can I... Whoa, did you see that? I just touched the magic bucket to the column of fish and now they're in my bucket. Oh my god, this is amazing. My bucket runneth over. 6,600...
Fish vending machine. Oh, that's a bad number.
168 coins. Don't mind if I do. Okay, this should be enough capital to get us started. We're gonna buy a couple of these pallets. Just gonna put a couple on the buying plat. You're fine. Let's start with just 3. Okay, and let's bring the pallets back over here and see if we can do something fun. Let's see, we'll just put one right here. Just as a test, let's see if we can put a bunch of these on. If I pick this up, do they stay on it? Great. If I carry this over here and put it in the truck, does it stay? Greater. And then if I restart the game to make them corporeal, are they there when I get back? Absolutely yes. Well, let's load up these pallets and just see how many can stick to it. Well, I stacked a couple on there. Let's see how this works. Well, now that I've picked it up, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on. So let's put it down again and see how we did. Yep, yeah, flip on your side. That's perfect.
I love jank like this. This is so funny. I would want to make like a tower of pallet, like a pallet town, like in Pokemon. That'd be fun. Like a literal, okay.
No, seems pretty good. I'm not really sure how those in the back are connected though, but they are, so I'm not gonna question it. Okay, well, with my really limited vision, let's see if we can get this in the truck. Okay, I think this might do it. I honestly can't even tell if that's in the truck, but hey, let's get in and find out. You know, I can't quite put my finger on it, but I feel like something might be amiss. Okay, let's try that again. And in you go. Okay, there we go. We just had to position it better. Let's load another pallet. Okay, let's see. How are we gonna get this onto the back of there? First, we'll pick it up with our superhuman strength and use our exceptional vision to walk over to the truck bed. Wait, can I just like lump this inside it? Okay, I loaded the other one in and yeah, everything's fine. The game did not turn into a horror movie. This is definitely not what my sleep paralysis demon looks like. Okay, you know what? Maybe we just need to tame it a little bit. All right, let's just get in. Yeah, see, look, we just have to tame it like a wild horse, and then it'll calm down. Or it could throw me off, and I don't really think it's coming down. No, I think we're just gonna leave that guy up there. It is still up there, right? Yep, it sure is. Just
I love it. I would want to make an art installation of just like, it's like Death Stranding with all like the ghosts kind of floating in the air, except you've got the glitching out tractors. I don't know if you can get more than one tractor in this game, but that would be fun to just like, hey guys, you want to play I don't know if Hydroneer is a multiplayer game, but have your friend in and be like, just walking around doing Hydroneer stuff, and their friends like looking up like, what is wrong with your sky? How did that get there? Hey, properly caffeinated editor Kraken here. I was thinking about this bug here. Here's what I think's going on. I think the pallet has kind of an attachment mechanic that sticks items to it. So there's like a little bit of acceleration when the item goes from a free-falling item to a static attached to pallet item. When Josh put the pallet full of pipes onto the other pallet full of pipes, both pallets started interacting with the pipes on the other pallets. So like the pipes aren't properly integrated with the pallet object, if you know what I mean. And so what ended up happening is you have a cascade of pallet and pipe interactions, which causes that little bit of acceleration, that little bit of movement to the pallet is causing just that super crazy sleep paralysis demon jittery movement. I don't know why the truck is like floating in the air, but my guess is like the truck position doesn't get updated unless the player is in it. And so once the truck gets pushed by an unnatural force to a different position, in this case up in the air, then it actually is it's not resolving the physics of the game, so it's not like interacting with the physics. In video games, every object has like a script or bit of code that's attached to the instance of the object, or the actual spawned object in the world. And so there's maybe some missing code here, if I had to guess, where the truck's object is not getting resolved with physics. And so it's literally just floating in the air and you can't get to it anymore unless you build up to it, I'm sure. This is all conjecture from what little I know of game development. I have no idea, but it's an interesting problem to be sure. I'm sure it was very easily fixable. It just was something that wasn't built yet because of early access.
Switching away, and I think we're maybe going to pick up a new vehicle. Let's see, we could get another of the same truck, or how about the newest model? Let's do that. I don't even know what the difference is, but who cares? Okay, let's try this again. What if I stack these ahead of time? Can I just mash one pallet into another? I do believe it did. I believe both pallets are now one. What about a third? Do we think we can shove this in? In you go. Oh, don't be that way. Come back.
Hydroneer is early access, right? I mean, yes, and I know that Hydroneer has had a lot of updates. This is not critical in any way, but having like basic, well, let me say this differently. I would imagine a system, maybe this is like too basic of a design, but having every object have a property that says can be palleted, and then for other pallets, you just say false. Like the truck. Like, can truck be palleted? No. Well, you can't pick up the truck, so probably wouldn't need to. But at the same time, like, I like being able to mess with linear connections like this, like testing every property of an object to see, what sticks, what doesn't, what can be done with this and that, and that's fun.
Oh, I see. Did it have to return to its home planet? Well, I don't think that's coming back. Okay, be nice this time. No more flying off into space, okay? See, that's much better. That's the kind of coexisting I want to see. Okay, so I think I stacked as many pipes as gonna fit in this thing. I have absolutely no idea how many things are shoved to this pallet in here. It's enough that the frame rate is definitely suffering. Oh, how it's suffering. So let's slowly but surely make our way to the scrapyard. And let's see how much our bounty is worth. Okay, here goes nothing.
How many pipes did he get?
I burned the bad frame rate away. Hello, single magical cube. Tell me something exciting. A cool 3,547. Let's see, to become a millionaire, we only need about 280 more of these. Well, better get started.
Oh. That sounds painful.
Hey, I didn't see you there. Me? Oh, I'm just holding a cube. I was gonna put it on my cube wall here. Let's see, let's just find a place for it. I don't know, somewhere in the back.
Wasn't he gonna ask himself whether or not it was too painful? Because that seems pretty painful. Did he just go with it?
I guess. Yeah, just kind of shove it in there, whatever. And with that cube, we did it. I don't know how many trips that took or how many pipes are in there, but who cares? We're a millionaire again. As you can imagine, I had a lot of time to think while I did all that shoplifting and also staring up at our beautiful pipe god that has finally managed to calm down, but thankfully is ever present at all times. So I'm gonna start buying some stuff. I'll sort of explain the process as I go. So this little device got added to the game recently, the compressor. Compresses uncut, regular, or compressed gems. How many gems do you think? I think there's only one way to find out. Let's head on over to the dig site, also known as a big empty dirt lot, which of course the game makes us pay for. Not like this price matters. You insult me, game. Be gone with thee sign. Okay, let's get started. Looking good. So now that we've run the water pipe, let's get one of our drills. Okay, let's see, just like that. Perfect. This is our harvester. So if I just drop the rock on it, out comes minerals. And of the minerals that eventually pop out, we eventually have things like this. Uncut emeralds. So these are the kinds of things we're looking for to eventually shove into this thing to compress for all eternity. But this is just a demonstration to show how it works. I'm not going to stand here and keep feeding this thing dirt over and over again. That's where the conveyor belts come into play. And this is where we'll put the harvester now. In theory, so dirt can go up here and fall in there. In theory, of course. In truth, you never know until you try. So let's give this a shot and see if it works. Rock goes up. Ah, that worked out great. Now what we really need is more rocks for this thing to pummel through. Okay, here we go. Let's see how this does with 10 of these. Well, seems to be doing the trick. I would say this is working out well. Oh, yeah. You know what? Can we just take our magic doohickey here and just like put it right here? Ah, yeah, that's great. I know it said it's only supposed to compress gems, but what do I care what goes in there? Uh-oh, looks like we're getting a little full. So let's go ahead and pull the lever and compress it down. Yeah. Wow, that's a lot of sound for not a lot of change. I can't honestly tell if it did anything. What if I just keep pushing this thing over and over again? That's generally how heavy machinery works, right? Okay, I think I broke the lever because it's not working anymore. But, oh, hello. What might you be? Composite emerald. Well, seeing as how I have no idea what actually got compressed into here, let's go see how much it sells for anyway. Let's see. 60,
Wow.
60. Get this garbage out of my face. We can do better than that. So I guess we're gonna have to optimize our process a little bit. And to do that, we're gonna pick up a fun other machine called a conveyor splitter. Splits off selected resources onto a new conveyor belt. I like the way you think, random piece of equipment. Okay, let's see. How are we gonna integrate this tech into this
So I haven't played Hydroneer, but I am kind of deep into Satisfactory. Not super deep, mind you. I've only played for 3 streams, and this is feeling a lot like Satisfactory so far. I could see myself playing this game too.
cacophony? I guess first we're gonna need to move this out of the way. Well, I'm not sure what to do about this, but what the hell? It's not hurting anyone. We'll just force it to mind meld with this conveyor belt. Okay,
It's
I
like
think this
Rice
is gonna
Krispies.
work. Things are gonna spit out here. They're gonna go into this machine. Oh, let's set this to gem. It does appear to be working now. I'm seeing normal minerals fall into my pit of despair, and all the uncut gems are coming out of the back front thing. Okay, hold on. Let's get this thing into the front. Okay, and there we go. Rocks go in there. Minerals pop out there. Most of them go in here. And the chosen...
I know I'm not the most organized person in the world, but he's just got crap everywhere. He's like, I do not want to see what Let's Game It Out's toaster looks like. It's crumbs everywhere, I'm sure.
few go in here. Now all we need to do is wait for this setup to run for a little while and we'll see what we get. Okay, I've let this setup run for a little while. Really, so far so good. To my total shock, everything is still working as intended. Our gem thingy is full of gems, and I definitely misgauged how big I needed to make this hole. So that's a big ol' mess. Anyway, it's time we tested this out, so here we go. Well, there you go. 3 glorious giant gem things. Let's take these bad boys to town and see how they do. And don't forget to wish me good fortune, Sky Car. I have high hopes for this. Oh, not bad, 4,000. And the emerald is 41. And the ruby is the weak one of the litter, but still a combined amount of 10,000. Not too bad. All that says to me is there's...
What is he doing? This is all legitimate. This is what I came here for. This is actually teaching me how to play Hydroneer when I actually get to it.
There's room to grow. So hang on a second, I'm gonna redo this thing, see if we can get a little more production out of it. Okay, so before we had these 10, and I feel like it was pretty effective. So I'm very hopeful that 681 have good results too. Before I fire any of this stuff up, let me give you the tour. Naturally, everything starts over here pulling from the water, and then the pipes run all the...
Every time, man, it's like, it's always just like 2 times as much as you expect. Like, for me, at least. Like, I see that, and I'm like, I would have been impressed by, like, half of this. Let's Game It Out always goes the extra mile.
Way here to this valve, and then the water splits off to power the ram drills, as well as these conveyor belts, and rinse and repeat for a really long time. Once dirt pops out of these machines, it'll go down this conveyor belt all the way to the end, where it'll join up with a larger conveyor belt system, where all the rocks will move from left to right up to these ramps, at which time they'll go right over the edge, into these waiting harvesters, where the gems and minerals will be taken over here to this splitter, and anything that's not a gem is gonna get launched onto my new bed so I can sleep in wealth, and the remaining gems will go back here and be dumped in this little compartment. It couldn't be more simple, except for the part where I haven't tested this, so I have no idea what this is gonna do to the frame rate. I mean, I've tested it with a few, but not all 600 plus running at the same time.
Frame rate guesses, I'm gonna guess less than 10. Let's say 6 frames per second.
So let's do this, let's turn it on and see what happens.
Oh, wow, that's even worse.
Oh my god. First of all, this is the worst noise ever, and my ears are bleeding every time these things all pump in unison. And on top of that, I think the
This is like 2 frames per second. Every time he goes like this, that's like 1, 2. Wow. That's even worse than I expected.
frame rate might be having a couple of issues. But enough out of me, how are the machines running?
No,
Well,
they're
if the
not.
spotty sound coming in and out is any indicator, things are working at peak efficiency. That, and in the distance, you can see the rocks struggling to make their way over here. Okay, let's go. Let's go see how the other side's doing, if we can. Well, look, things might be going at like 0.0001 frames per second, but at least the machine crapped minerals on my bed, and I do believe that's a gem slowly, eventually, one day making its way to the promised land. So I don't know how you couldn't call this a rousing success, except for the part where the game is lagging.
F's in the chat for Let's Game It Out's computer. How long is he gonna leave this running? Like, I don't know how software handles this, to be honest. Like, running a game at this poor performance, that probably just maxes out your computer and it just, you know, the CPU crunches as fast as it can, but, you know, not a lot happens because it's so poor performance.
So bad that I think I'm having an aneurysm. Just trying to slowly stumble my way back over to the valve. I have the dumb idea that I can somehow salvage this without reloading. Quickly, turn it off. Ah, see, that's much better. Let's go see what it looks like on the other side of this thing. Well, I would say in the most technical sense, this worked out really, really well. But in the practical sense, I'm gonna say about 50-50. So let's see if we can't try something. I got a new idea. So I moved the valve from over here and bypassed all of this stuff instead. So the only thing that gets water pressure is the very last one. I'm hoping this will be a little easier on the game. And so far, actually not that bad.
Wait,
yeah,
what's
this seems
the
to be doing
difference?
slightly better.
Aren't
we
they the
certainly
same
have a lot
row?
more
Same
minerals
number?
flowing than before, that's
Per
for
row?
sure. But most importantly, my sleeping arrangements are perfect. I'm not sure what I like more, being constantly rained on by minerals, or if it's the absolutely deafening sound of all the collision happening. But hey, it looks like everything's technically working, and what else could you ask for? And
There's just something so right about Let's Game It Out sleeping on a pile of rocks.
the moment I said that, the game delivered once again. I decided to take a quick power nap despite the slowdown, and you know what I learned? When the game is running this poorly, it just won't let you leave the bed. Like, look, you can just see the days passing by.
Oh,
So
no.
I guess the game decided for us that this is where we're stopping. So I hope you had fun. I know I did. I'll be here just waiting for my sleep paralysis demon to appear again, and I'll see you next time.
These are fun. These are so fun. I don't know what it is about Hydroneer. Maybe it's the early access type games that are just so easy to... I don't know. I'm assuming it's easy. I don't know why I assumed that. It's very fun to watch Let's Game It Out break these games. It's funny that he made the $1 million in like the first half of the video. I wonder why in his giant array of diggers and crushers, I wonder why the last row worked better than the first row or the middle rows. Seeing more of Hydroneer, it is making me kind of want to play this game. I started Satisfactory by pure chance through a random choice, and it is sucking me hard in. Like, it is so fun to play, and it's very satisfying setting up a system to process things instead of doing it the hard way and just having it work like this. So I feel like I would do something similar to what Let's Game It Out did, but maybe a little bit more organized or distributed across the map. I don't know. I definitely have Hydroneer on the list now, for sure. Well, that was LJO's second Hydroneer video. You guys are starting to get to know me and what I like. What are some other videos or channels that you think would be fun to react to? It's still fun reacting to Let's Game It Out's videos, but I definitely don't want to overdo Let's Game It Out and, you know, have some variety. These reactions are still really fun, so I'm still going to keep doing them once a week. And if I seem kind of tired or a little bit low energy in this video, I definitely woke up after going to bed late from stream last night. We were playing Satisfactory more than 5 hours because I think I'm addicted. But streams have been really fun lately, so everyone that's been hanging out on stream, thank you very much. And if you'd like to hang out there, twitch.tv/Krakenfall. I stream Thursdays and Fridays, weekends if I can. And oh yeah, YouTube stuff. If you like this video, please click like and subscribe, click the bell for notifications. It really helps out the channel and helps the video get seen. I hope you had fun, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.